Hey, Queen. How are you? How are you? Welcome to the Queen to Queen show. Welcome to my show. And I am super excited to be hosting. This is my very first live show here on YouTube. So come on in, and check me out. Now, today we're going to be talking about gender roles. Gender roles. That's what we're talking about today. Excuse me. You know how it is. You know how it is. You know how it is. Well, I'm not going to say the millennials. The millennials, they don't know how it is because they're so liberated now. You have so many different facets and so many different ideology going on amongst our millennials. But for us that are 70s and 60 babies, and it may be even some 50 babies on here, traditional gender roles, what do you think about that? The woman in the kitchen doesn't have a full-time job, and the father, the husband, he gets to go out and work all day and come home and to a hot meal cooked, and just we're sitting there submissively waiting on him to finish dinner, and we're going to clean up the house, we're going to take care of him in the bedroom, we're going to stay quiet and humble, right? So my question to you tonight is, are you team traditional or are you team modern? Okay. I am a little bit both. Excuse me. I'm a little bit both. I'm a little bit of team traditional and I'm a little bit team modern. As a woman, back in the 50s and 60s, if you were not married, you couldn't get anything. Your father had to do everything for you. Your father had to go and get the apartment in your name, and your father had to speak on your behalf. Women didn't have a voice. But here nowadays, there is the anthem of the single parent, the single mother who's raising her children by herself. Or you have the empowered woman who is, or independent woman who is an entrepreneur. She's working. She doesn't necessarily want the perimeters of marriage, and then you have those that they still kind of stuck and want to be traditional. It's very likely that you have come across someone trying to get you to conform to certain patterns and certain behaviors and traits, and some of them are more common than others. Some of them are more harmful than others. They mention someone's gender, and immediately people assume things about their personality, right? For example, immediately upon hearing someone that they are female, people may assume that they are timid or they may be soft spoken. Or they may assume that they're just a nurturing, caring person, that they're not a go-getter, that a woman is not don't take initiatives, they're not business minded. Oh, that's just a woman. That's just a woman. So some men, they think like that. Some people think like that. They may be if you identify with male, some people may think that they are someone who's tall, strong, loud, and empathetic. Since traditional male roles in society, all of them revolve around being physical or being stronger, the stronger one, and then emotionally void. The women role is supposed to be the one that's full of emotional. They are the nurturers, and then the male is the one that they can't communicate. They're not communicators. They're not emotional. And so when you make an assumption like that, sometimes it can cause harm, because you got some women out here that they are not nurturers. They are not loving. They're not givers. They can't communicate. You have some females who are hey, Joy, how are you? We're talking about gender roles. Are you team traditional or are you team modern? What do you say? Like I was saying, most of our generation was raised by oh, thank you. I'm trying to be like you, Joy. I'm trying to be like you. um some people, some women grew up in a single parent household. And and those that are coming in slowly, just put in the chat if you are team if you're team traditional, or if you're team um modern. Okay, put in the chat. Okay, so some people um think that some women, I want to say, they grew up in single parent households, so they didn't get the nurturing of a two parent household. So some of them don't know how to talk and communicate to their spouse now that they're married. Some of them don't know how to nurture and love, and that's why you have so many problems in relationships with getting your man to open up, getting your man to understand your getting your man to communicate. How many times have you said, "What's wrong with you? How come you're not talking? I know you're upset. What's wrong? Can we just talk it out?" They don't have the skill set to do that. And so but is that I want to say, is that something that we just assume about men, that they're not communicators, but women are? I know some women are very hard. They're not nurturers. They're not nurturers. They don't want to communicate. They don't know how to open up. They have a hard time because they grew up in survival mode, because they're mimicking their mothers. This is like a two generational thing, right? Two generational thing. So I mean, I want to hear feedback. So tell me about gender roles. Okay, so let's go down the line. I have I have not two, but 10 specific gender roles that society assume about men and women. Okay, now you all that are here, I see you in the chat. Share, so we can get more people in here to talk. Oh, Joy, you say you team traditional. Why are you team traditional? Tell me why you're team traditional. And then we're going to go to our first topic. Tell me why you're team traditional, because you know what? I said I'm a mix of both. I'm a mix of both. Okay, as you're coming into the chat, people, type in if you're team traditional or you're team modern as it relates to gender roles. Okay, so the first gender role, cooking. Is that more relatable to the woman or more relatable to the men? And I'm going to share with you my experiences in relationships, my own personal relationships. Most of my relationships that I've been in, just about most of them, that's how you were raised, Joy. I understand. Yeah, I was raised, well, I was a little bit of both, because my mother was, single parent, and she kind of raised me traditional because she was older. She had me late in life, and she was older. As I was saying, most of my relationships that I've been in, most of the men cooked. Can you believe that? And they were great cooks. I myself didn't learn how to really cook until I got on my own, and like well into my 30s. So I wasn't like raised to learn how to make biscuits from scratch. Okay. So that was how you were raised. You was how you were raised, Joy. Yeah. You just some women feel that they have to fall into that traditional role. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are men out here that are they're looking for women that they're looking for women who they're looking for women who want to play that traditional role. But on the back end of that, there are men who are they want to be at the house. And I ain't trying to talk about nobody, but I want to say our millennial people, our millennial children, men specifically, they have let me down. They have really let me down, because you have a lot of men that want to stay at home. And I'm thinking, why is that? They want to find them a woman that's working hard, and they want to lay up and live off a woman. I can't stand that. I cannot stand that. I cannot stand that. I can't stand it. You want to lay up on your girl, talking about you in between jobs. I'm gonna need you to find a job. That's one thing I get, and I guess that's a traditional part coming up out of me. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to. I can't stand a man that don't want to get out and grind. Even if you ain't got a job, I want you to go out there and look every day. Okay, because I'm a type of person, I've had to survive, so I've always tried to have me a job and take care of myself. Then I go to this thing that I want to get married so I can get off my job. So I can't fall into that traditional role. Okay, so we said cooking. So cooking, okay, everybody know cooking, they say it's a woman's role. But that's not my personal experience. Most of the men that I've dealt with, they cooked. And I said, thank you, Jesus. because I wasn't like a cook. Okay, so the second role that everybody said was working. Okay, working. Um, this is kind of tricky. This is kind of tricky because we all know traditional roles are dedicated, that the man should work, be the one that's working while the woman stay at home. This is one of the most important male gender roles. I mean, you probably know that this mindset, is slowly disappearing amongst our this generation. Um, and so women, they choose to prioritize their career. Do you put your career over your marriage? Not say over your marriage, but do you put your career over what society says a woman has to be? You know what I'm saying? Would you prefer to work? I mean, I know you're gonna be surprised, but I prefer to work. I prefer to work. If it means that I have to be submissive and don't have a voice, and don't have an opinion in the relationship, yeah, I'm gonna work. Because sometimes when you at home, men think you're just supposed to be submissive because they take care of all the bills. I want your feedback, people. Do y'all agree with that? So when it comes to traditional roles affecting professional lives, it has been found that women they tend to get jobs easier in nursing and hospitality industries because they perceive to be sensitive. But here lately, I've seen a lot of male nurses. Put in the chat how many roles you think is just for men, or you think, oh, only a man can do that. Only a man can do that. Now, I know some women that work in construction. Believe it or not, I did construction for like uh I did construction for like maybe 2 weeks. I'm gonna tell you, I was a flagger. I was a flagger, and they let me go not because I was a woman, because I almost made a truck get into an accident because I didn't turn that side quick enough. So they was like, yeah, no. You say you like your own money, Joy, and I prefer to work too. Yeah. My the women around me used to always tell me, always have your own money. Because if he decided to put you out somewhere, you will have somewhere to go. And that's why I've always had my own place. Because at this point, you ain't putting me out of nowhere. My name gonna be on the lease. How about that? Okay. You like to make your own money? Absolutely. Have your own money, women. Have your own money. Yep. 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 You're right, Joy. You're right. I think a man should only be in the waste management. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes. Well, yeah, because sometimes some of them are trash. How about that, Joy? No. So they say maybe women should be nurses or housekeeping because they're sensitive. And then on the other hand, they say it's far easier for a man to be in technology because they are perceived to be analytical. They have more of an analytical skill. That's just how traditional roles still impact our society today. How come we can't be thinkers? How come we can't be thinkers? How come we can't be the engineers? And there are some engineers, and women have made strides in more male traditional roles. They have made strides in those different career patterns. For example, according to one of the studies that I was doing research on, female students outnumber males in it feels like biology, medicine, chemistry, but men continue to outnumber women in the fields of engineering and computer science and things like that, and physical science. This is we gotta kind of break some ceilings. We gotta break some ceilings, women. But yeah, traditional roles. Now I'm gonna give you a scenario, and you tell me, is this appropriate? So you got a couple, man and woman, they living together or they're married. Let's say they married because that's a traditional part of me. You need to be married. We ain't even gonna talk about that. But say the man hurt himself on the job and he got to stay home, and you got to go out and get the bread and everything. Does that make that man less of a man? or are you just stepping up and taking care of that man? Now, no, just take away the thing that you're married, because if you're married, yeah, of course you're gonna take care of the household. Say you're not married, he hurt himself, and you have to take care of that man or whatever. Is it do you feel like it's appropriate? Do you feel like he's less of a man? How do you feel? Put that in the chat for me. Put that in the chat. Put it in the chat. And I know how I feel, but put it in the chat. So I'll share how I feel. If that man is hurt, we take care of that man. You know what I'm saying? We nurture them, but eventually, I'm gonna need you to get on your feet. I'm gonna need you to get on your feet, because just staying at home and letting the woman do everything, that ain't cool. Now, when I got really sick and I was married, I had got really sick, I lost my job and everything. My husband did not bother me. He let me recoup, and I had to stay home for a whole year. And he basically took care of all the bills and all the household. And then when I got on my feet, I joined in the fight, and I began to, contribute to the bills. Joy, you said, let me see what you said, Joy. You said you're going to step up. I'll step up, but a recovery plan needs to be in place for sure. Absolutely. Because nowadays it takes two incomes. Right? Traditional gender roles, determining the jobs and studies that are picked for either sex can be discriminatory sometimes. We all know that men make more money than women on average. You know what I'm saying? Gender roles in society, they just don't end up confirming how people act, or, how they express themselves. They have a large influence of careers. You seem like the man is going to get that job quicker than the woman is. Or like I say, they're going to make the most money. And that's not what we want to do. That's not what we do. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. Let's see. Caretaking comes natural to women. Do you all agree with that statement? Caretaking comes naturally to women. Because I know some women that are hard. They don't care. You could be sick as a dog, and they for sure are not. They be like, "We better figure something out. You better figure something out." I think it's both. Like I said, my husband took care of me for a whole year. He had to do everything. Help me walk. You know what I'm saying? Help me with my clothes. Help me. He was a nurturer. He's a nurturer. So they say that comes naturally to women. I say it comes naturally to a person that has a heart. That's who it comes naturally to. So yeah. I don't think so. Okay, so the fourth example is, I was trying to keep notes. Dressing. Oh my God. Now this right here, this topic right here, dressing. Now I'm gonna give you some background why I'm tripping like this. It's because when I grew up traditionally Pentecostal. Okay. And my church, where I grew up at, I ain't gonna say the name of the church. It's not the church where I'm at now. But when my mother converted from the Nation of Islam to Pentecostalism to Apostolic faith, the church did not believe in wearing pants. They said it was a sin to wear pants, that the woman should not wear anything pertaining to the man. They used that scripture. You know what I'm saying? However, they did not put in mind the different customs back then in those days, that men wore certain things. They may have worn certain colors, that they may have worn certain the way to wear something. Maybe you weren't supposed to wear a rope around your waist because the men did it. You don't know. But they took that scripture and they ran with it. And they in a bunch of, and I'm just gonna say this, a bunch of sexist men said, yeah, you ain't supposed to wear no pants. So I grew up in the dead of winter in Detroit, just wearing dresses. You know how bad my calves was stinking in the winter time, and I didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I did not understand that. But they say that that's more that the women wear skirts and the men wear pants. Traditionally, gender roles were mostly harmless. It doesn't actively enforce a particular style of dressing for an individual. What it does is create a sense of righteousness within people who believe in a particular gender role. This in itself is harmless until you consider the fact that every region has its own traditional gender role. You know what I'm saying? In the United States, women wear pants. How about that? In India, they wear long, draping robes. People who practice Islam, they cover their head. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they say the women's supposed to wear skirts and look modest while the men. There's nothing like a powerful pantsuit when you trying to go to a meeting to negotiate. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I'm so glad. I eventually went on and joined a church. Me and my mother were at two different churches, and also that particular church did not believe in wearing pants, but I was sneaking wear pants because I just was like, this just don't make no sense. But eventually, the Lord revealed to my pastor that he was not offended by a pair of pants, and so we, started wearing pants. But I am offended by fat rolling pants, pants with a fat roll over the pants, or I can see every dent in your butt cheek pants. I'm offended by that. The Sunday you decide to wear a thong and you want to wear some pants, I'm offended by them pants. No, you shouldn't wear them pants. You shouldn't do it. How about that? Okay. Now as an educator, I'm a little bit biased. And Joy, you may be a little bit biased with this next myth. Childhood behavior. Should boys play outside of girls? Like, should they play with dolls? Now I know what the curriculum tells us, but Joy, what do you think? Should boy have freedom and liberality to play with purses and walk in heels? Now I've been in childcare for like 20 years, and I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of boys walk around purses and dials and all that good stuff. Gender roles are still at a very young age. We all know that. Even childs have they have gender roles forced on them. You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Boys are expected to play with sports and and all that good stuff, and while women they supposed to be the cheerleaders and all that. And the little children, sometimes they get bullied if they display something different than their gender. On the other hand, little girls are expected to stay inside and partake in household things. I remember in middle school they had a sewing class for us, and they used to have cooking classes for us in the curriculum, and knitting classes, because after graduation in the 60s and 70s and 50s, you was going to graduate from high school, maybe go to college, but they were proving you to be somebody's wife, and even in school, right? You remember that? What you say, Joy? You said, I don't want them too, but oh, I see you mentioned the curriculum name up in here. Okay. 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 I see what you're saying. Yeah. I see what you're saying. But you know what? Sometimes, Joy, as educators and then also as people of faith, you have to just you know how we have to modify ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Um it's something. It's something because you find yourself like kind of correcting them. Um, you find yourself trying to correct them, but you still got to keep your job, right, Joy? Right, Joy? So it's something. It really is. Yeah. And it is a lot of confusion because I've had people, I have children come in, I have parents come in and tell me how to address their children. Now that was deep. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even know what to do there because at one point, are you being a fit? Are you neglecting your faith, Joy? Are we neglecting our faith? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just don't know. It is something that you just gotta tread lightly with that. Okay. So the next thing is, let me see, hold on. Someone is trying to get in, and I want to make sure that they can get in to our conversation. So let me just make sure that she can get in. Um Gender roles. Should the man have to pay all the bills in the house, or do you help? Should the man have to pay all the bills in the house, or do you help? Okay, answer that. Let's see what you got. What are you saying sorry for? Let me see. What are you saying wow for, Joy? Yeah, they wanted me to address the child. I mean, he made they feeling like this. They feeling like this one day. I'm like, look, I need you to feel. I'm probably gonna get in trouble. I'm not gonna say what I wanted to say, but I'm gonna need you to go ahead and act like you dress. Act like you dress. Okay, that's all I want to say. You know what I'm saying? He paid the bills and live there too. He pays bills. You live there too. Help pay the bills. I read it wrong. Help pay the bills if you live there too. Yeah, help pay the bills if you live there too. Now, this is the thing with me, Joy. I want to help pay the bills because I don't want you to ever think because you pay all these bills that you're gonna run something, right? That's not what we trying to do, right? Uh-huh. Yeah. Because you pay the bills, you gonna dictate it, and that ain't what we doing. That's not what we doing. Okay, so the next thing is men don't men don't cry, women do. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I've known some men to boohoo, and you like, man, what's going on? What is going on? Men don't cry, women do. And you know why that is? Do you know why that is? Because men are raised to be hard and not to show their emotions, and they've never been taught to communicate. They haven't been taught to communicate. Okay? We need to teach our men how to communicate. They build up so much emotion, they go and beat somebody up because they don't know how to talk. They should be crying. And I don't think you less of a man if you shed a tear. I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? It said that you have to show emotion. You have all that built up. It's not good for you. The ability to perceive and show emotion is generally associated with women. I don't agree with that at all, and that should not be. Generally, a man's supposed to be stoic. They're supposed to be hard. They ain't supposed to show their true feelings. You know what I'm saying? This is so detrimental to both genders because when you get together and you got this man and you don't know what they're saying, that's how things blow up in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for men to cry. It's okay for men to be emotional. And then women, we're not supposed to make them feel less of a man if they do. Okay, if you coming in, I see you coming in, type in the chat if you're team traditional or if you're team modern as it relates to gender roles. You know what I'm saying? But some people think, on the other hand, women are supposed to be more sensitive to and emotional and opinions, and their opinions and concerns are not taken seriously. I had somebody tell me in a relationship, I don't care about your feelings. Basically, they outright flat out told me that. I do not care about your feelings. And it took everything in me not to throw something. Because I'm a whole human being. What you mean? Because I'm a woman, I don't have no feelings. I don't have no feelings. Come on now. That's not what's up. You understand what I'm saying? If the woman get angry, our feelings are dismissed. Whatever. Oh, she PMSing. I ain't thinking about she crazy. Something wrong with her. Stop overreacting. That's what they say when women are like that. You know what I'm saying? But I want to encourage you tonight. Be bold. If you're in a relationship or you getting ready to go in a relationship or you married, be bold. You know what I'm saying? Respectively voice your opinion. Because you're a woman, that don't mean you take a second seat to nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. You don't do that. Those that are coming in, please share the show. Share, because we want to talk about this. We want to have a good conversation tonight. I ain't gonna hold you long, I promise. You know what I'm saying? But gender roles, be bold. Especially if I'm in here paying the bills and working too. How about that? Especially if I'm here carrying the load. How about that? Okay. Now, they say we overreacting if we do that. The next gender role myth is aggression. Men can be angry and women can be docile. Men are always angry. I don't like you know what? Now I'm gonna say I kind of like a thug. I don't necessarily like no soft man all the time, but I do want you to express your opinion to me. But I don't necessarily want no soft man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need you to be a little bit rough out of the edges because I'm gonna need to know if you can protect me. In case somebody come up on us, can you be hard enough and street enough to protect me? Do you know how to hustle and help pay these bills? Okay. But we don't want them to be crazy and violent on the other hand either. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they say men are supposed to be always, and women supposed to be just meek and humble, you know. But people who believe that, then they say men who believe that they have a tendency to be very principled and they have a tendency to be very violent and abusive. And it's something that they kind of took on as a child and they never grew out of it. You know what I'm saying? You know the men are very quiet, but if you get out of line, what you say, if you get out of line, they get violent and they want to fight. Those are people who think that women are supposed to be docile and quiet, and you being disrespectful if you say something, right? No, that ain't what it is. That's not what it is. I want to know what you think. Type in the chat some of the myths that you've heard about gender roles, and we can talk about it. And then after we talk about gender roles, the forum is open. You can put in there whatever you want to talk about, or if you think anything that you think I can help you out with, you can type that up in there. Share. We want to have a good conversation tonight. Okay, now we're talking about dating. Okay, the dude call you up, you meet the guy, he real nice, he say, hey, let's go out, or hey, let's just hook up. He may use the phrase, let's meet up together and meet somewhere together. Y'all both driving your own transportation, y'all there, because dating is not even traditional no more. Dating don't even look like dating no more. Should the men pay on the date? Should the men pay on the date? Put in the chat. Should the men pay on a date? Now I'm going to share how I feel. The men, if they ask you, they supposed to pay. Bottom line. They supposed to pay, and I this is where my traditionalism kind of clicks in. I'm not call if I'm not I don't necessarily I'm not going to necessarily call you to take me out. I want you to be interested enough of me to take me out. So the next myth is, should men pay on a date? If y'all got to understand it, if you just coming in here, put in the chat if you're team traditional or team modern as it relates to gender roles. And this is the question I'm asking right now. Should the men pay on the date? If they call you and say, hey, and this y'all first date, let's say this y'all first date, should the men pay on the date? And I said yes. Put in the chat, should they, what your answer is. Yeah, they should pay. Oh, so it said it won't let you chat. I don't know why it won't let you chat. I don't understand why it won't let you chat. Okay, maybe if I hide I'm gonna hide this. Try to chat again. Try to put in there again. And let me see what this say. I don't know. Oh, wait, I see it. Oh, yeah, okay. It say man should pay on the first day. Yeah. Man should pay on the first day. Try it again. Whoever wanted to come in here. Oh, I see, yeah. On the first day, I say yeah. Now, as y'all getting to know each other and all that good stuff, if y'all getting to know each other and y'all got to report, say y'all been dating for 6 months, then yeah, come on, you can chip in or whatever. If I call you and I say, hey, come on, let's have dinner, have lunch. In my mind, I'm thinking I should have some money so I could pay for the date. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm gonna tell you where my traditionalism comes in again. If you're in a marriage and you're in a relationship and you, the woman, is always paying, I got a problem with that. If you see me going in my wallet at the end of us eating Red Lobsters and biscuits, we got butter all over our face. Can I get a carry out? Can I get a cut for my butter sauce? Can I get some extra biscuits? Towards the end of that, and you see me reaching in my pocketbook to bring some money, and you don't say, "Wait a minute, I got this." I got a problem with you. I'm sorry, cause you the man. Now that's I don't care. Joy, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. If we had Red Lobster and we done ate and you had, and I said, baby, come on, I'm take you out or whatever. We in this thing or whatever, it's fresh and new or whatever. The relationship fresh and new. And I reach in my pocketbook to get some money and you don't say, hey, no, I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that. If you always let me pay all of the time, I got a problem with that. Yeah. Hey, Toy, you trying to come in? Toy, I don't know why you can't chat. I don't know why. I don't know why it's not letting you chat. I do not know why. But you can always put your chat, Toy, in the comment. If you're watching, you can put your chat in my messenger comment and I'll just read it. Okay? Yeah. I got a problem with that. If I always got to do that, I got a problem with that because you should know better. No, fooling with woods. Ain't nobody got time for that. Sure. Okay, so the last one is marriage. The gender role, the gender myth is the man is the provider and the protector. Okay. Again, I can fight. I can protect. I'm gonna fight you if you try to fight me. I'm gonna tear the house up if you put your hands on me. It's gonna be a problem. Okay. But I need to know that you can step up and throw them hands too. If you can beat your man up, that shouldn't be your man. I'm sorry. That's why I date men 6 foot and up. You hear what I say? If I could beat my man up, that's not gonna be my man. I'm sorry. How do y'all feel about that? Okay, I think it's just mostly women on here. Would you date a man that's shorter than you? Is that being sexist? Would you date a man that's shorter than you? I don't know. I'm gonna say no. No, I'm not doing no stuff like that. So, and it's not that I think you weak, but I just can't get over that. I probably will get over that. But the myth is marriage. Man is the provider and the protector. They the one. Joy, you said absolutely not. Nope. No, I ain't doing that. The man has to protect. That's the myth. The gender role. The man's supposed to be able to take. You got some women that can knock if they buck. You got some women that will fight it. I myself have fought men. Okay, if my man out with me, it's like it ain't no easy win, baby. You good? Don't you even worry about it. I know, but I need to know you can throw them hands too. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I be. Yeah, you supposed to be the man and running things, but honey, I had to fight it all my life. The spirit of what was that lady name in Color Purple? What's that lady? Not what was the lady? Who the Oprah Winfrey play in Color Purple? Who did she play? Sophia. The spirit of Sophia coming up on me. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I ain't playing no games. I need to know that you can protect this household. I don't need you running off. And if I call you and say, come on, pull up, somebody mess with me, don't be talking about, babe, you should just walk away and all that. No, I'm going to need you to pull up. That's how I roll. I'm a gangster minister. That's who I am. Okay? I need one of them. I don't need to call you. You don't come. And that has happened to me. That happened to me one time. And that let me know where we stood with this guy, with my friend, this guy I was currently, in a relationship with. I called. He did not come. That let me know I'm probably going to have to let you go. Probably going to have to let you go. Okay? You didn't come when I called and I needed you. And I had to call the goons. Joy, I had to call the goons. You hear what I say? I had to call the goons. And I was supposed to be calling my man. But you didn't show up, so I had to call the goons. Okay, that ain't what we working with. Okay, the last myth is vanity. Women are supposed to be pretty and men supposed to be handsome. I don't know. I don't know about this thinking. I don't want. Listen, you just supposed to take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to keep yourself together. Now, there's some days I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of rough around the edges. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like putting on no makeup and all that stuff. But as a woman, you keep yourself approachable. We're supposed to be out there gleaning. We're supposed to be out there. It says, "He that fighteth a wife fighteth a good thing." You know what I'm saying? So you want to look good. You know what I'm saying? Those that are coming in, I see you guys coming in and coming out. Just share. If you're not gonna stay on the watch, that's fine. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? But share, so somebody else can know about what we're talking about. Now I'm gonna tell you about this channel. This channel ain't about being petty and about being messy, and it ain't full of it's not full of gossip. You know what I'm saying? Even though we are going to address some things before we get off this show that has come across the YouTube trends and it's so popular, I'm going to address it. And that's the Tasha K, Cardi B feud. I did a little bit of research on that, and we're going to talk about that after we get done with this. If you're looking for gossip, if you're looking for controversy, if you're looking for juice, this ain't your show. This is about women empowerment. This is about positive vibes. This is about being in the know. This is about being better. This is about open discussion. This is a healthy talk. And I know this ain't popular, but this is what it is. So if I'm at your cup of tea, it's okay. But just share anyway and like and subscribe. Okay. All right. Yeah, keep yourself growing. One thing I can't stand is a raggedy man. Tell my son, yeah, I'm getting to it. I'm gonna be gone by the time you get to it. I like a groom man, haircut, smelling good. I like you to be dressed with swag. You know what I'm saying? I'm into all of that. And then if I'm in a relationship, I'm always gonna be trying to be put together. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't in a relationship, catch me when you catch me. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's just how I roll. You know what I'm saying? If I'm with you on a date, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be looking good, dressing good. I ain't gonna embarrass you. You know what I'm saying? I like a man that's tailored. And there's no reason that a man can't go get a haircut every 2 weeks unless you just down on your luck. And then in that situation, you need to learn how to cut your hair. Okay. No, I mean, we was broke. I figured out how to sew in some tracks. I figured out how to perm my hair when I was 10 years old. I got tired of my mama pressing my hair with butter and tightened up my curls so tight they was like looking like Jerry curls because my hair was smelling like cooking grease because she would press my hair with butter. I said, "Ma, these days is over. I'm gonna figure this thing out on my own." I was 10 years old. You understand what I'm saying? And I learned how to do my hair. And my mother told me every day. I watched my mother every day. She got up. She didn't tell me. She showed me. Every day she got up and she did her hair. And even if we didn't have money, she went in there and she pressed her hair every day. She did her hair every day. And we were poor, but she let me know that's important. As women, we should look like women. Okay, so I'll discuss my 10 myths. Is there anything that you want to talk about? I really want to talk about what I had a show yesterday and I was talking about cheating. And I watched something today that kind of invoked the thought again about this cheating. I really want to talk about that. But if you want to talk about something else, put it in the chat. I ain't going to hold you long. And we're going to talk about Nicki Minaj and Tasha K and what's going on with this. And I'm like, Tasha K. Matter of fact, let's just talk about Tasha K. I'll watch the chats. If you put something in there, we'll talk about it. Okay. Tasha K is getting her just due right now. And I don't know if you guys know who Tasha K is. Tasha K, if you know who Tasha K is, just put yes in there in the chat. Excuse me. Tasha K is a blogger, and she claimed to always had an inside track about celebrities. Tasha K, and the reason why I'm talking about this because it's Queen to Queen, and these are two queens, Tasha K and Nicki Minaj, and they are going at it, and this is horrible. And I hate to see women tear each other down, but this is what Tasha has done. She has talked about Cardi B so bad. She lied. Everything that she said about Cardi B has been a lie. And I watch her. It's hard for me to swallow all the profanity that she used on her page, but I just could not believe what came out. So Tasha K lied, and she lied on Cardi B and said that she had herpes, and she had most of the United States thinking that Cardi B had herpes, and she lied on her, and Cardi B clapped back and sued her, and they are in court. They went to court this week. And there was a blogger who has been doing all the reporting, like live, went in there. They said allegedly that Tasha K basically told him one in the head and one in the heart, is threatening him. So they basically saying that she's going to lose. It's a $3 million, if I'm not mistaken, it's a $3 million suit against that. And what's sad about that, and the reason why I brought it up, because it's two women going at each other. Another woman chose to tear another woman down, and now she's about to pay for it. You know, they say Cardi B broke down on the stand yesterday, crying because she put a picture on Instagram kissing her child. And they said to the people commenting underneath there, "Don't you have herpes?" And they said that Cardi B cried, and she said that at that point she felt suicidal, that she wanted to kill herself. And I thought that was that's the reason why I'm bringing it up, just because I heard that comment. I thought that was one of the saddest things I had heard in my life, that a woman would tear down another woman and lie on another woman so bad that it make you want to take your life. And as women, we should not be doing that. We should not be doing that. We should not be doing that. Tearing down another woman. We should not be doing that. Tearing another woman down. And so I feel like she's getting her just due. She has dragged Cardi B for at least 2 years now. Talked about her marriage, talked about how her body looked, talked about how she was as a mother, talked about her sexuality. And that's just something as women we should not do, especially public, especially if you have a platform with millions of people. So now she is getting her just due. She's getting her just due. And so, no, I'm not mad at Tasha K. I feel bad for Tasha K. And yeah, that's unfortunate. But another queen taking down another queen. That's crazy. That is crazy. So now at this point, I'm going to check the chats. Let me take the chat. It's been people that's been chatting. I see you coming in. You can put in the chat what you want to talk about, and we can talk about it. And it's not too risque. It won't be too risque. And I think that, and I want to say thank you to everyone who has shared their input. And also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Queen to Queen. And also, I have launched a new shoe line. It's called Alive Shoes. Leather made shoes, quality, high end. You ain't gonna be slipping and sliding. The soles ain't gonna have you ice skating. They're quality made shoes. They're kind of pricey, but you can always send in a coupon, contact me and I'll send you a coupon. Support aliveshoes.com. The brand is called Portal. Look for Portal on aliveshoes.com. Also sell Avon. Hit me up. I'll try to put those links in the broadcast at a later date. And I also am doing Queen to Queen, our show. So I want to say thank you. I don't see that anybody else put in the chat that they wanted to discuss anything else. And so we're going to end. I don't hold you long. See, I don't hold you long at all. Thank you, everyone who's on the show. Thank you, everyone who participated. This is your queen, Clayleen, saying, be great.